EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, it's the AFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the give. Newton. Being chased out left. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Play action. It's Newton. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35.
All you got to do is look at that.
All the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 73 yards. And the Bengals will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. A beautiful fake, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. McCaffrey following the penalty. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Here's Beckham. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Off play action. Newton. Flush to his right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Someone sharp in this game. He had a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Bengals have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, Andy Isabella. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Wilson. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. You often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's second and long. Here's Wilson. He's going to try and go deep again. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake. Yeah,
he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Newton's throw caught here by Metcalf. And for a Cincinnati score. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it is 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Play action. It's Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. He's going deep for Brown. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half. But that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think he got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 63 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes it to Beckham. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Newton. Touchdown Bengals. It's complete. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Randy Gregory with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Now a first down throw for Newton. Catch is made by Metcalf.
Take off your helmet and
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Cam Newton with his 5th touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here taken in by Isabella. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now Newton on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Brown. And he's going to let it go deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. DK Metcalf on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Bengals grab it. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think they should take the ball.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 140 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Chase Claypool, 43 yards. And the Chiefs take advantage of the turnover and put up 6. Gano the extra point, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
On 1st down, Newton. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Newton. Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Newton. Quick slant to Brown. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Newton now to throw. Rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Randy Gregory able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And this is caught by Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now Wilson on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bengals will